Welcome, friends, to your daily dose of joy, the channel that keeps your spirits high and your smile wide. We're here to fill your day with positivity and insight, and today, we're diving into the intriguing world of relationships. We'll be navigating the turbulent waters of relationship red flags, those subtle signs that can spell trouble if ignored. So, buckle up and get ready for a journey of discovery. Remember, if you find our content helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We've all heard the term red flags in relationships, but what does it really mean? Well, imagine you're driving down a road and you start seeing warning signs. Sharp turn ahead, falling rocks, or road under construction. These signs are there to alert you of potential danger, allowing you to navigate safely. Similarly, red flags in relationships are early warning signs of potential issues that, if left unaddressed, could lead to significant harm or heartbreak. Let's delve a little deeper into this. Red flags are behaviors or patterns that signal underlying problems in a relationship. They could indicate anything from a lack of respect, dishonesty, to controlling behavior. And just like those road signs, they are vital for maintaining a healthy, balanced relationship. They allow us to identify problems early on, giving us the chance to address them before they escalate. However, recognizing red flags is not always easy. Sometimes we might mistake them for quirks or personality traits, or even ignore them because we're too invested in the relationship. But it's essential to remember, these are not minor road bumps. They are warning signs of potentially bigger problems ahead. Ignoring these signs can often lead to heartbreak, emotional distress, and even toxic relationships. Therefore, understanding and addressing red flags is not just beneficial but crucial for our well-being and happiness in a relationship. Red flags are like warning signs on a road, alerting us to potential harm ahead. Ignoring them can lead to unavoidable heartbreak. So what are these relationship red flags we should be on the lookout for? Well, let's dive right into it. First on our list is a lack of communication. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. If your partner consistently shuts down conversations or avoids open and honest dialogue, this could be a major red flag. For instance, you might notice they change the subject when you bring up future plans, or they're evasive when it comes to discussing feelings. Next up is controlling behavior. This can be a tricky one to spot because it often starts subtly. It might be your partner dictating what you should wear, or who you should hang out with, or even what you should eat. Over time, this behavior can escalate, leaving you feeling like you're walking on eggshells. Remember, a healthy relationship respects individuality and autonomy. Thirdly, we have disrespect. This can manifest in many ways, from belittling comments to dismissive behavior. If your partner shows little regard for your feelings, opinions, or experiences, it's a major red flag. For instance, they may constantly make jokes at your expense or disregard your ideas in front of others. Moving on, we have a constant need for validation. If you find yourself constantly needing to reassure your partner about your feelings for them, or if they're always seeking approval from you, this could indicate a deeper insecurity. While it's natural to seek validation occasionally, a constant need can be a drain on your emotional resources. Our fifth red flag is a lack of trust. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship. If your partner is constantly questioning your whereabouts, reading your messages, or doubting your word, it's a sign that they don't trust you. This lack of trust can create a toxic environment that's difficult to thrive in. Next, we have a history of unresolved relationships. If your partner often talks about their exes in a negative light, or they have a history of broken relationships, it could be a warning sign. It's important to remember that the common denominator in all these relationships is your partner. Finally, we have the absence of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. If your partner is unable to show empathy when you're upset or hurting, it's a serious red flag. This lack of empathy can leave you feeling isolated and unsupported in times of need. So there you have it. These are the 7 major red flags in a relationship: lack of communication, controlling behavior, disrespect, constant need for validation, lack of trust, history of unresolved relationships, and absence of empathy. These are the 7 major red flags that you should never ignore in a relationship. Ignoring them is like ignoring a ticking time bomb. Remember, recognizing these red flags early on can prevent potential harm or heartbreak. It's always better to address these issues head-on, rather than letting them fester and potentially ruin your relationship. So, stay vigilant, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to speak up when something feels off. But, what happens if we ignore these red flags? You might be asking yourself this question, perhaps hoping that things will eventually get better or change with time. But let's delve into the potential consequences of brushing off these warning signs in a relationship. Imagine you're on a ship and you notice a small leak. You might think to yourself, it's just a tiny leak, it's not going to sink the ship. But what happens if you ignore it? Over time, that small leak can grow, and before you know it, your ship is taking on water and beginning to sink. This is much like ignoring red flags in a relationship. They might seem small and manageable at first, but if left unaddressed, they can grow into major issues, causing emotional distress and potentially leading to a toxic relationship. One of the most significant impacts of ignoring red flags is the toll it takes on your well-being and happiness. When you continually dismiss warning signs, you may find yourself in a cycle of negative emotions, such as anxiety, self-doubt, and sadness. You might constantly feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid conflict or upsetting your partner. This can be emotionally draining and can significantly affect your mental health. Furthermore, ignoring red flags can lead to a loss of self-esteem. You may start to question your worth or feel like you're the problem, especially when your concerns or feelings are continually dismissed or invalidated. This can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation, even when you're in the relationship. Finally, ignoring red flags can result in major heartbreak. If these issues are not addressed early on, they can lead to the end of the relationship, leaving you with feelings of regret and sorrow for not having taken action sooner. Ignoring these red flags can lead to a toxic relationship and major heartbreak. It's best to address these issues as soon as they appear. Because after all, you deserve a relationship that brings you joy, respect, and mutual understanding. To sum up, recognizing and addressing relationship red flags is crucial to maintaining a healthy relationship. These warning signs, though often overlooked, can be the difference between a happy, fulfilling partnership and a relationship fraught with unhappiness and potential harm. Let's quickly revisit the 7 major red flags we've discussed. First, a lack of communication. Open and honest dialogue is the bedrock of any strong relationship. If you or your partner are struggling to communicate effectively, it may be time to seek help or reconsider the relationship. Second, controlling behavior. A partner who tries to control your decisions, actions, or emotions is not respecting your autonomy. This is a serious red flag and should not be ignored. Third, disrespect. This can take many forms, from belittling comments to dismissive behavior. Respect is vital in a relationship, and a lack thereof is a clear warning sign. Fourth, constant criticism. Constructive feedback is one thing, but a partner who constantly criticizes you can erode your self-esteem and happiness. Fifth, a lack of trust. Without trust, a relationship cannot thrive. If your partner is consistently suspicious or untrusting, it's a red flag that needs to be addressed. Sixth, avoiding conflict. While it may seem counterintuitive, a partner who avoids conflict at all costs may be inhibiting the growth and evolution of your relationship. And finally, seventh, a lack of support. A partner who doesn't support your goals or interests can make you feel undervalued and unfulfilled. We hope that by bringing these red flags to light, we've empowered you to take action when encountering them. Don't ignore these warnings. Address them head-on, seek help if needed, and remember, you deserve a happy, healthy relationship. We hope this video helps you in your journey to a healthier and happier relationship. Please share your experiences with relationship red flags in the comments below, and remember, subscribe for more relationship tips and advice. Until next time, this is your daily dose of joy.